We're back for another episode of the alternate F1 2025 Championship, and this is the Bahrain Grand Prix. The question is, where are we racing? You guys have voted and the options were clear. We had the 2010 endurance layout and the 2020 outer oval circuit, and the winner was the 2020 outer circuit, the Sakir Grand Prix. So today we're doing a 35 lapper around the outer layout, sub 1 minute lap times on the agenda here today. So let's get into it, guys. Like, subscribe, and let's go into the grid rundown. Now, interestingly, for this one, we have Jack Doohan on pole for the race, followed by the demoted, and I've updated it now, Liam Lawson in the V-Carb. So a very interesting front row. Then we have Nico Hulkenberg in the Sauber. So that top three is very different and very refreshing. Then we have Max Verstappen followed by Lewis Hamilton. So our championship rival, the man who we're equal on points with, leading the championship, Sir Lewis Hamilton, the 7-time champion, is P5. Then we have Kimi Antonelli in the Merc, followed by Alex Albon. Then it's Russell, Sainz and Leclerc rounding out your top 10. So both Ferraris, both Williams in the top 10, also both Mercedes. Elsewhere, we've got Alonso just outside the points in P11 with Piastri, our recent rival up until the last episode where he didn't score any points, in P12. And then we've got Stroll, Bortoleto, then followed by Oliver Bearman, Pierre Gasly, and then we have Lando Norris down in P17. So not the best random grid allocation for Lando, followed by Tsunoda in, of course, his new Red Bull, also way down the order. And then we have Hajar, Ocon, and then myself, as always, at the back of the grid. Anyway, let's get into the main event. Let's get into the action and let's see what happens. I've made a few changes for this one, so hopefully the field is going to be very equally spread and the pace should be similar between all of us. So let's get into it and let's see how the race goes. Here we go then. The alternate Bahrain Grand Prix. Lights on. And so away we go for the race. On the outside. Oh my god, that gap quickly closed there. Had to get on the brakes to avoid having a massive crash on the pit straight. Alright then, down to turn one. Let's get stuck in, shall we? We've got Norris on our right side. We're going to get him on the exit of turn 2, turn 3, as we tuck in behind Pierre Gasly in the Alpine. Up towards turn 4, Norris has a bit of a look, but is not able to commit. Oh, we're just about keeping on track limits there as we try for a move on Gasly here. Side by side through the chicane. Leaving lots of racing room, but we're going to get the exit. And we are going to get in front with the slipstream of Ollie Bearman. So P16 for us. Good first lap so far, good start. Let's try and settle into the race pace a little bit. Tyres are cold, you can see right now we've got no real tyre temp. I've also removed the ERS, or overtake override, so we're basically going to be running the engine modes myself using the dials here. Thought about it, had a look at Bearman there, but just don't have the grip right now on the tyres. Just going to have to take my time, build my confidence up, and also get my tyre temp up a little bit. We've got Norris and Gasly battling behind as we are definitely looking forward here. We've got a few cars, it looks like, on different compounds, so a mixture of softs and hards. So we do have a bit of a compound race here today. Plenty of laps, 35 lap race, and we've already done 2 of them, so should be interesting. Let's see. First proper lap at racing speed somewhat. I just want to see what we're looking at pace-wise as we almost, or possibly even just lightly touched the back of Bearman there. Hulkenberg 57.8, 59.1 from us, so not the best, but I'm sure we'll get quicker once we get a bit more clear track. But that was a bit of a scary one there, almost driving into the back of Ollie Bearman. Right, slowly now getting that tyre temp. You can see on the left side especially going for that light blue permanently, which is a good sign. To be fair, this race I'm looking at Hamilton. He's our championship rival. We're equal on points heading into this one. So he's the man we're looking to beat in this race. or at least outscore anyways. Jack Doohan though leads the way in the Alpine for now. And he is on the softest compound, the C3. Well, no, actually it's on the hardest compound, on the C3, sorry. 57.8. We're going to crank up the engine mode now, look for a move here on Behrman. As we cross the line, we're going to set a 57.7. Land even quicker. Down towards turn 1 we go. Can't break super late in case we T-bone or hit one of the cars ahead. Behrman hangs on around the outside. Has a bit of a drift and just shuts the door on me there through turn 3. Just had to back out, otherwise it would have been a crash. But we're starting to knock on the door now. Behrman's on them soft tyres. And we're going to go around the outside of 4 and get it into 5. So we're now tucking in behind Bortoleto here. Do I try it now? A bit distant. I was going to try and have a look down to the last corner, but I think it's a bit far away. We're very good in the last corner it seems, so we're going to just hang back and basically prepare the moves into turn 1 through here. Oh, that was close again. Hamilton, 57.4, quickest lap of the race from him so far. I believe it's in P5 as we now get the run on Bortoleto. Here we go. Well, okay, fair enough. That was really good late braking from him. I could have gone a little bit later, but again, I kind of don't want to outbrake myself in case I hit Stroll, who's the car ahead. But that was decently late from me, and Bortoleto didn't even flinch. Very different lines through there, especially this bit. It's so bumpy here. Look at my wheel. Genuinely, just like in 2020, you know, it was super bumpy there. It's not almost even bumpier with these cars because of the ground effect. It makes it really difficult. Just got to hang on to the wheel and hope it doesn't snap away. Either way, P15, still a ways off some points, but we're particularly good through turn 4 and also the last corner. Those are the two best corners for us, and you can see it's brought us right into play for a third time. We're going to try and get past Bortoleto. This time we get the run on the straight, and I think we'll have this one wrapped up. Braking as late as I can to avoid him going around the outside. And there we go, we're through. And that is now P14. Right, next up, Lance Stroll in the Aston Martin. And then after that, it's Oscar Piastri. Of course, he was our championship rival in the last episode until he didn't score any points. But he's still, I'd say, one of the contenders. But they're both on the hard tyre, so they might come good later on. For now, we've got to make this tyre count. I think I'm one of the only ones, if not the only one, who's opted for the medium. So we'll see. Purple middle sector here, looking pretty strong on this lap. Clean air as well, so we can start to run our pace. A little bit far back, so I'm not going to go for a move on Stroll on this one, no point. But we are going to go purple, 57.1. That's a good lap time, that's a good benchmark. Stroll 57.5 ahead as well, good pace from him on that hard tyre. Purple middle sector again. If we have a good last corner here, we might be able to have a look at Stroll into turn 1. Yep, that's good enough. Let's get it. Over the line. 0.3, good lap. Down the inside of Stroll. Oh. Well, I thought I was in well out there, but Stroll's actually matched me on the brakes. This time we've got the run alongside. Up towards turn 4 we go. Down the inside, Stroll still there. And now onto the outer bit. Stroll still there. Oh my god, slide. Car just bottomed out there. I hit a bump. Therefore it getting hot. Whew. That was a bit of a scary moment. We'll try again. This time Stroll doesn't have much of a slipstream from Piastri. Oh, almost drove to the back of him there. Yeah, I braked very early for the last corner. Come on then. Let's wind it up again. He's got no slipstream, so we should be able to have a look. We can also brake late now because there's no car at turn 1. Closing speed, absolutely massive. Oh, trying to get it stopped. That was super, super deep, super late. But we're through. That's the only way I can beat the AI on the brakes into there. Is that there's no car in front. Stroll's actually back for more here. That's caught me by surprise. We'll turn 4, leaving room around the outside. I think we've got that one now. Yes, we do. And finally, Stroll put up a good fight, but we're through. And we're now P13. Already onto lap 10 next time around, so got to keep climbing here. No sign of Hamilton just yet. Bit of battling ahead. I can see some too wide action. Not sure who it is. We're quite far back, but trying to go as quick as I can. 57.1. We match our fastest lap on that one, so trying to get back on the pace here, but we're not immediately catching here. Pace is a lot better this time in terms of mine versus that AI. I'm also running a little bit of ballast, as you guys have suggested in the comments, to try and level things out, and I think that's working really well, along with, of course, not having the manual overtake or ERS override anymore. But we're closing in now on Piastri, but that battle ahead is pretty fierce. Starting to get confident and comfortable now. Just got to watch out for those tyres, because they get hot and then sometimes they go really cold. But right now I think if we pull this lap through, we're going to go purple probably and set an improved fastest lap. You can see visually we're also closing in. There's a bit of a gap after these 4 cars, so we'll have to get back on our bike again. But this should be, yes it is, a new fastest lap, just about. Another 0.1. I think that's Leclerc or Hamilton's a Ferrari there ahead of Alonso. And then after that it's a Williams. So a few different drivers, different cars ahead. Okay, Behrman fastest lap, 57.1. So the AI have some pace. My front left is already starting to go here, so that could be a good or a bad thing. I mean, those on softs will be probably struggling more than me, but you can see that the tyre wear is a bit yellow on the graph next to the temperature, that yellow line, whereas the others are kind of still green or lime green. So we might have some left front tyre wear at the end to deal with, which we'll have to manage. Just struggling in this phase to really kind of close in on the cars ahead. I could use engine mode, but I'm trying to charge back up from the previous battles without being too slow on the straight, so that we can have a full charge when we arrive to try and fight these guys. That's our best corner of the entire track, and actually I've given myself a shot here trying to get past Piastri, so we're going to try and take it. They are very strong in sector 1, or the first 3 corners, first 4 corners, but here we go on Piastri. We're going to go through. Can't brake too late in case we again take out the car ahead, but you can see cars behind going quicker. We have a bit of a snap there in second gear, but I've given myself a chance with the exit as we race up towards turn 4. Here we go. Going to try and give him the squeeze. On the outside we go, and we're through. AI seem to back out there, so that's one to note as we get P12. Finally making some more moves, and now we can get after Alonso. And then it is Leclerc after that, so Leclerc holds the last points paying position in P10. Already lap 15 of 35, so we're approaching half race distance here. Still got all these cars ahead. They seem to have kind of spread out a bit. We've got a bit more of a train again. So one by one we'll try and get them all. But the faster cars seem to be behind right now in the 57.1s. Oof. Oof, 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 oof. First little scare, first signs there of tyre wear. Good save. That was an aggressive snap. Luckily we're quite good in this part of the track, so we're not going to get punished for that mistake. So we're going to get back on our bike and get back on the chase. I will say, to be fair, unlike other episodes, other races so far, the field spread is very tight. I mean, Dubin's only 7.5 up the road, so this train of cars is it. Like, we're all very, very equally matched on pace. Look at that ahead of us. Everyone did 57.4s on the last lap. We did a 0.1 using a bit more engine mode to try and catch up, but pace is very, very similar around here, so this is great. Great parity. So every mistake gets punished, and a good lap makes a big difference. Oof, first little wobble there, trying to close in on Fernando. I can smell blood, so I was trying to get the power down a bit earlier in third gear there. I feel like I'm starting to get close, but now we're starting to have those little snaps more frequently with the tyre wear. So maybe those on hards now might start to have a better time. Although I'll say that Alonso's on hards and we're still catching him, so might still have a bit of tyres left for the time being. Leclerc's on the softs. Got a run on Alonso here. Down the inside of the last corner. Bit of understeer on the front, but we go through. That's a good move. P11 then. One off the points. Let's keep it moving, let's keep it going. Here's Sainz ahead of Leclerc in the Williams. And look at that, all the cars are right there. Bit of a battle going on, there's a bit further up as well, so could be a few extra points up for grabs, but definitely a gap ahead of Sainz. So let's try and get these two if possible. And then we'll see what we can try and pick up later on in the race. And try and put a bit of pressure on if possible. Using a bit more battery down this straight. Doing 57.0. We're on for a PB, potentially a new fastest lap ourselves. 0.1 again. But we're going through on a Charles Leclerc. Down the main straight. Braking late, making sure he doesn't re-challenge. And there we go. Another move done, and now we're into the points. P10, baby. George Russell ahead of Carlos Sainz. There's still no sign of Hamilton. But we're going to keep it moving here. Come on, let's keep trying to put the pressure on. Crunch time now as we are into the last almost third of the race. Lap 21, be 22 next time around at 35. Wow, another 0.0 from Doohan. He's starting to wind it up now. He's on the hards. We do a point, oh wow, a 56.9. So we've still got a bit about us as well. Of course, with the overtake on Leclerc, getting a slipstream on that lap. So we're looking okay. Just got to watch that rear end snapping away at certain points. But we're all converging here pace-wise. This is very, very interesting. Let's see if we could try and have a look at signs on this lap. If we have a tidy middle part of the lap, we could potentially do something at the last corner. Over the bumps. And now into the chicane. Just watch the throttle over the top. Come on. Let's use the battery. I've been using quite a bit last 2 laps. But it's working for us. Through we go. Down the inside. Sign's still there. This time we go through clean pass. Right, come on. Let's keep it moving. Russell next, then it's Albon after that, so got to keep climbing as Sainz has a look here. Going to try and break super late. Around the outside of 1. He's still there. Come on, not done yet. Sainz goes back through. Going to put the squeeze on. Around the outside of turn 4, this is where we're good. Lovely. That'll be it, surely. Finally. So Sainz was back for seconds then. Also tried to have a little look into the chicane, but we're through. Right. Come on then. George Russell, next stop. Got a bit of a gap to try and close in. Last lap there, Albon with a 0.1 as well. So the AI are finding some pace. Now as the fuel tank also starts to empty out. Gap to do it now 10 seconds, by the way. Well, it was 10, it's now gone to 9, now 8, so it's kind of updating, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's 6 cars I can see there into turn 1, so the podium is right there. Sainz having another look there for a split second, so he's not giving this one up. I'm trying to charge back up a little bit, using medium, if possible. Equal lap time there versus Russell on that one. Exactly ideal as we outbrake ourselves into turn 1. Left front now is really starting to suffer. Look at the tyre wear into the orange. Still got 10 laps to go, so we're going to be running very thin on rubber at the end, and even my other tyres now starting to fade a little bit. My pace is still decent, but it seems like the AI are also still picking it up. The AI are getting quicker. Russell 0.1, I mean I've done a 0.2 on that lap. I just wonder if we're all kind of leveling out pace-wise at this stage. I've been using engine mode as well at times, trying to see if I can make some inroads. But this is going to require perfect driving to try and close in here, because the gap hasn't moved. That's more like it. 0.0 on that one. Got another 0.1 from George. They are on the see-through, which is the hard tyre, so it would make sense that they're kind of now running a bit, I won't say better pace, but I'm just struggling more to close in now. My front left is really starting to run thin. So it's going to be a losing battle, this one. We've got to try and make inroads as soon as we can. Russell's having a look here. He was having a look at Albon. That's exactly what we need, a bit of that going on. That will help us close in. Gap now 1.3. You can see no PB sectors, but we still do another 0.0, so that must have been a pretty optimal lap. Considering there was not even a green mini sector. I'm pushing as hard as I can right now to try and close in. It's going to be tight, this, I think. I don't know where Hamilton is, but if he's in the podium or something, then that's going to be difficult to beat. But you know, if he happens to be P6 ahead of Albon, which I can't quite see because it's a bit dark, then that'd be a right result. But I am trying to close in here as much as I can. Another 0.0, another one. That was a 0.6 from Russell on that lap. They lost a bit of time, hence how we gained. I don't think it's Hamilton though ahead of Albon. I don't think it is. So I don't think we'll be outscoring him today. I'd be happy if we even got Russell to be fair at this stage. We're just not closing in anymore like we were before. Front left now into the red. We'll make it just about, I think, but we're going to be running on nothing on that tyre. This might be a chance here. I don't have a ton of battery, but I'm going to dip into the reserve a little bit to try and have a good last corner to close in. Still a bit far, but if it means I can stay close, there's a 0.9 using that little bit of engine mode that I had left over. Russell responds on that one though with a 0.3 of his own. They're just very strong through turn one. I can't match them through this first part of the lap. Look how much time we lose. That front left just doesn't work for me through there. This is one of my stronger corners, like the last corner. But I've got to do everything perfect to try and close in. That was a good chicane. I'm going to dip into the reserves again here to see if I can try and get close. I am running low though. I'm going to have to go into low to try and get some charge. Oh, bit of contact actually there. Closed in way more than I thought. Still a bit far back. There's the fuel light, interestingly. Still got plenty of estimated laps to go though on the fuel. Come on, trying to close in here. Also trying different lines to see if we can find something. This might be the one, to be fair. This is the closest I've been. Gonna try and take a bit of charge through the chicane. Come on. I just need a good last corner. I need a good exit. I'm gonna try and set it up a little bit. Right, come on then. Last bit of battery. 2 laps to go. Using everything here to try and get George. Down the inside. Russell's still there, but we've managed to hang on around the outside of turn 2. And we've got that pass done. Just about. Russell's coming back. I'm trying to use less engine mode to try and charge a little bit. Russell there, but we're going to go around the outside. We know we can do this. And that's P8. Albon next. And then it's Antonelli after that. So I'll try. We're wrestling the car through the chicane. Last corner here that's good will really help us out. Come on. Every last bit of battery now. Here we go. Last lap of the race. You need to make it count. Closing, closing, closing. Oh, damn. They are so good on the brakes through there. I think that is Hamilton ahead of Antonelli. I'm pretty certain. Can't quite tell in the darkness, but... see if I try and get some battery back for the last run. To the last corner, my front left has completely gone. Got one last bit of battery to use. I don't know if I've got enough for the last corner. We're down to 2, 1, 0. We're out of juice. Oh, good. Good exit. Come on. I don't really have the battery. Can we hang on to this? Oh my god, we did it. 0.001. Wow, that was a explosive ending. Absolutely mental. Love that one. That was really fun. I think we got everything spot on today in terms of the AI's performance, our car performance. It made for an exciting race, but not one where we was, cruising like we have done sometimes, like Shanghai, for example. So very, very happy with that one. I'll take a P7. That is huge. Really good result. Jack Doohan wins ahead of Hulkenberg, and Lawson in the V-Carb P3 ahead of Verstappen. So yeah, Hamilton gets P5. So he does outscore us today. Antonelli just ahead of us. We crucially beat Albon by that 1 millisecond over the line, which is critical points in the championship. And then Russell and Sainz finish up your top 10. So yeah, absolutely massive. In terms of the Drivers' Championship, obviously I'm guessing, as I have to do the standings after this, but Hamilton will obviously extend his championship lead. I think will remain second, but other drivers will close in a little bit. I think Verstappen will gain a few points. Hulkenberg will also close in a little bit. And I think Doohan also is going to get his first points of the season, or there or thereabouts. Either way, very fun episode and really, really enjoyed it, guys. Next up, we go to Jeddah. And usually, I let you guys vote for, either a different track or layout. But Jeddah doesn't have many racetracks. So I do have something special planned for that one, which I'll show you guys when we drop the episode, when it arrives. So stay tuned. I've got a big surprise. Anyway, in the meantime, guys, I'd massively appreciate a like on this video. Subscribe for more. Down below, you're going to have the links for all the mods used in this race. So go check it out down below, guys. As always, to all my links for Assetto Corsa. As always, a massive shout out to my channel members for supporting the content. Check out the 2 videos on your screen, and I'll see you guys in my next one very soon. Take care, and let's goodbye from me. Ciao.